master guitar. I have the episode you are about to see. I have filmed 5 times, and each time I've tried it, it has been out of focus. The sound hasn't worked. The camera hasn't worked. I had to reset open camera. At this point, I'm just convinced that I need a good camera instead of using my cell phone from now on. So that'll be in the works. I just have to get the money to do it, and any kind of good camera is going to be, at least $300-400. I just have to find a good 4K camera with an interchangeable lens. Canon has starter 4K cameras, but they don't have interchangeable lenses. So then I get my phone set in place. I was plagued a couple of weeks with the lights being too bright and just totally overexposing the film. Then I had one where it didn't record the sound, and then I had the ones where I filmed it, but it was completely washed out and overexposed. And then it was another one where it just wouldn't film right. It was out of focus. So if this one isn't in focus, I'm going to cry. Okay, so we're going to talk today about power chords. I have said this like over and over and over again, so if I seem kind of terse and choppy on this, and this is the 5th time I've filmed it, and hopefully it'll work. I'm praying it works, because there's a lot to talk about with 5th chords. So, back in the 70s, I first started playing guitar in 1967 or so. I was 2, so it would have been 66, but 2.5 roughly, so I'm figuring January 67 maybe. So I was very young, but those were the only chords we knew. Then people began to come up with these, kind of 4th chords, which is you play whatever fret you're playing. Like this is a G here. I'm playing right across the string from that. The only time it changes is when because that's now, be that as it may, 4th chord was just, well, after about a couple of years in the 70s, they came up with this one, the power chord, which is whatever fret I'm playing on the 5th string, 2 frets higher on the 4th. Kind of an abbreviated major chord, but what you're doing is, at the most, you're playing 3 strings. You're playing 5th, 4th, and 3rd, or 6th, 5th, and 4th. And if you go over to here, now I got it. So instead of 7, 9, and 9, it doesn't work on the 2nd string, so I got to go up 1. It's because the tuning from this, G to the B. I have to go up 1. So that's basically the formation of 4ths to 5th chords. And I know because one of the first bands I was in, we had this. Why it's called a 5th chord is because I'm playing the 1st note on the 5th string. I'm playing the E here. Bam. Y'all know what's coming after that. This is the 5th note of the scale. Or you can make the 5th note of the minor scale. But it's not the only dyad you have. Whenever you have 2 notes you're playing at the same time, it's a dyad. Now technically a dyad could even be where you've got any number of 2 strings you're playing at the same time. But there are other ways to play this. So if I'm playing here, that's a 5th, because this is my 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's this note in between? That's your flat 5 or diminished 5. So this. Now, if you really want to get your 80s chops in shape, you got to know these kind of chords. Because what this is, 5th chord, diminished 5th, 4th chord, major 3rd, minor second, or minor third, major second, minor second, octave. So let's run the whole gamut. I have here the E note on the 5th string, 7th fret, and I got the 2nd fret on the 4th string. That's unison or octave, because it's the same note, E and E. So that's a minor second to go to the 3rd fret on the 4th string. Major second there. So 7 and 4 is major second. Minor third, major third, perfect 4th, diminished 5th, 5th, minor 6th, or augmented 5. In the world of dyads and chords, that kind of works out the same. A minor 6 is the same as an augmented 5. So if I wanted to play an augmented chord, all I need now is a Schultz-Rockman XD, and you are all set to play you some 80s metal. Okay, so we were back on these. The 5th, augmented 5th or minor 6th, so this would be, what? Can you guess? Major 6th. The way it runs is, you've got your unison, minor second, major second, minor third, major third, perfect 4th, diminished 5th, perfect 5th, minor 6 or augmented 5, major 6, minor 7, major 7, octave. So, it should sound like this when you're running through your chords. It's really, when you start getting into it, you can do a lot with that. So really we want to get the whole, George Lynch, Dokken sound, Lynch Mob sound. Can you just see the 80s right there? Happiest decade known to man. So now you can combine them and get this. So when I'm, now what I'm doing is I'm getting my root or my pedal off the 6th string. And see, the tones, you're starting to take from the standard rock tone. Now, once I get that augmented there and there, I'm starting to add a little edge to it. Get that diminished 5th in there. Now it's creepy. So this is where we start getting into some scale work, but for now, all I want you to do with this lesson is just work on your playing some chords and trying to figure out where you're at in them. So E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. And just play with that stuff. So what I'm doing here, getting, like I said, the perfect 5th, augmented 5th, so that's 7 and 10. 7 and 8 there is your diminished 5th. And I'm back on the 7 and 9 there to make my E5. Now what I'm doing is I'm playing a D major there, but I've got a open G string for some dissonance. So D to C, technically in your D, it should be an A there. So when you're dropping your A there, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So now you know you're adding in your fifth in there. It becomes a D11. The C major, and back to the E. It's late, I'm tired. Alright, so actually it's only 3. Plus, if I have an actual real camera, I can actually get it focused in on my hands. I can start showing you things like the sweep picking thing. Alright, so practice that. We'll see you, and keep on rocking.